Hey, everyone! Welcome back! Today, we're diving into the world of first-person shooter games on the Nintendo Switch. Get ready for intense action, frantic shootouts, and adrenaline-pumping gameplay from start to finish. If you're a fan of FPS games and looking for the best titles for your Switch, you've come to the right place. Join us as we explore the games that will test your skills and offer hours of fun. Let's jump in! Set in the post-apocalyptic ruins of Moscow's metro system, Metroid 2033 Redux follows the story of Artyom, a young man who must navigate the dangers of the underground tunnels while also battling mutated creatures and hostile human factions. The game features a combination of stealth, exploration, and combat, with players scavenging for resources and customizing their weapons to survive in the harsh environment. One of the key features of Metroid 2033 Redux is its immersive atmosphere and storytelling. The game is based on the novel Metroid 2033 by Dmitry Glukhovsky and features a dark and oppressive world filled with detailed environments and memorable characters. The game also features multiple endings, depending on the player's choices throughout the game. Set in a futuristic world where ancient civilizations and high-tech gadgets collide, Bright Memory, Infinite Gold Edition follows the story of Shalia, a skilled warrior with a mysterious past. Players must navigate through a variety of environments, from ancient temples to high-tech facilities, while battling enemies and uncovering the secrets of the world around them. One of the key features of Bright Memory, Infinite Gold Edition is its fast-paced gameplay and dynamic combat system. Players can utilize a variety of weapons and abilities, including firearms, swords, and special powers, to defeat their enemies. The game also features stunning visuals and a cinematic presentation, with seamless transitions between gameplay and cutscenes. Crysis Remastered, Crysis II Remastered, and Crysis III Remastered are remastered versions of the original Crysis trilogy developed by Crytek and published by Electronic Arts. These remastered versions feature updated graphics, improved performance, and other enhancements compared to the original games. In Crysis, players assume the role of a soldier equipped with a powerful nanosuit, which grants them superhuman abilities such as enhanced strength, speed, and cloaking. The game is set on a fictional island where players must battle hostile forces and uncover a mysterious alien presence. Crysis 2 and Crysis 3 continue the story of the original game, with players facing new challenges and enemies in urban environments and a post-apocalyptic New York City, respectively. The games maintain the series' focus on open-ended gameplay and player choice, allowing players to approach objectives in multiple ways. The remastered versions of these games aim to modernize the graphics and gameplay mechanics for current-generation consoles and PC, while preserving the core experience that made the original games popular. Set in the American Wild West, Call of Juarez, Gunslinger follows the story of Silas Greaves, a bounty hunter on a quest for vengeance. The game is presented as a series of stories narrated by Silas himself, with the player taking on the role of the protagonist as he recounts his adventures and encounters with famous outlaws and gunmen. One of the key features of Call of Juarez, Gunslinger is its arcade-style gameplay, which emphasizes fast-paced gunfights and skill-based combat. Players can use a variety of weapons and abilities to take down enemies, including pistols, rifles, and dynamite. The game also features a unique bullet time mechanic that allows players to slow down time and take out enemies with precision. In the Persistence, players are aboard a deep space colony ship called the Persistence, which has been overrun by horrific mutants. The player, as a clone of the ship's security officer, must navigate through the procedurally generated decks of the ship to repair the ship's engines and escape the impending black hole. One of the key features of the Persistence is its innovative death mechanic. When the player dies, they respawn as a new clone, but the layout of the ship and enemy placements change, providing a fresh challenge with each attempt. This mechanic adds a unique layer of tension and strategy to the gameplay. Metroid Prime Remastered is a hypothetical remastered version of the original Metroid Prime game developed by Retro Studios and published by Nintendo. The original Metroid Prime was released for the Nintendo GameCube in 2002 and was praised for its immersive atmosphere, innovative gameplay, and captivating world. In a remastered version, players would likely experience updated graphics and improved performance, taking advantage of modern hardware capabilities. The game's iconic gameplay, which blends exploration, puzzle solving, and first-person shooting elements, would remain intact, providing both nostalgia for longtime fans and a fresh experience for new players. In Doom, Players assume the role of the Doomslayer, a silent protagonist awakened from a slumber to battle hordes of demons unleashed by the Union Aerospace Corporation, UAC, on Mars. The game is known for its fast-paced gameplay, which emphasizes relentless combat and exploration. Players can use a variety of weapons, including the iconic shotgun and chainsaw, to eliminate enemies in visceral and gory ways. One of the key features of Doom is its focus on old-school, run-and-gun gameplay. The game encourages players to constantly move and engage enemies aggressively, rewarding skillful play with health, ammo, and armor pickups. The game also features a robust multiplayer mode, as well as a level editor called Snap Map, which allows players to create and share their own custom levels. In Doom Eternal, players once again assume the role of the Doomslayer, who must continue his mission to save Earth from demonic forces that have invaded. The game features fast-paced gameplay with intense combat mechanics, including a wide variety of weapons, upgrades, and abilities for players to use against hordes of enemies. One of the key features of Doom Eternal is its emphasis on movement and resource management. Players must constantly stay on the move, using platforming elements and the environment to outmaneuver enemies and find strategic advantages. The game also introduces new mechanics, such as the Glory Kill system for health regeneration and the Flame Belt for armor. Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus, is a first-person shooter developed by Machine Games and published by Bethesda Softworks. It is the sequel to Wolfenstein: The New Order and was released in 2017 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, with a later release on the Nintendo Switch. Set in an alternate history where the Nazis won World War II, Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus follows the story of William B.J. Blazkowicz as he leads a resistance against the Nazi regime in America. The game is known for its engaging narrative, memorable characters, and over-the-top action. One of the key features of Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus, is its emphasis on storytelling and character development. The game explores themes of resistance, sacrifice, and the consequences of war, all while maintaining a sense of humor and a tongue-in-cheek attitude towards its absurd premise. In Paladins, players control champions, each with their own unique abilities and playstyles. In team-based battles, the game features a variety of modes, including Siege, where players must capture and push a payload, Team Deathmatch, and Onslaught. Players can customize their champions with different skins, weapons, and abilities to suit their playstyle. One of the key features of Paladins is its card system, which allows players to customize their champions further by choosing cards that modify their abilities. This adds a layer of strategy to the game, as players must carefully choose which cards to use based on their team composition and the enemy's tactics. In Immortal Redneck, players take on the role of a redneck tourist who, after a trip to Egypt, ends up mummified. Awakening in the afterlife, the player must climb a procedurally generated pyramid filled with enemies and traps, using a variety of weapons and abilities to survive and reach the top. One of the key features of Immortal Redneck is its roguelike elements, including permadeath and procedurally generated levels, which offer a new challenge with each playthrough. The game also features a wide array of weapons, skills, and abilities for players to unlock and upgrade, allowing for different playstyles and strategies. In RICO, players take on the role of a member of an elite police task force known as RICO, Racketeer-Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, who must infiltrate and take down criminal organizations. The game features procedurally generated levels, allowing for a different experience with each playthrough, as well as co-op multiplayer for 2 players. One of the key features of RICO is its emphasis on fast-paced, arcade-style gameplay. Players must breach and clear rooms, shoot enemies, and collect evidence within a time limit, all while trying to survive and complete objectives. The game also features a variety of weapons, equipment, and upgrades for players to use. In Bulletstorm, players assume the role of Grayson Hunt, a member of an elite mercenary squad stranded on a hostile planet. The game features fast-paced, first-person shooter gameplay with an emphasis on skill shots, creative and stylish kills that earn players points. The Duke of Switch edition includes all previously released downloadable content, DLC, and features Duke Nukem as a playable character, complete with new voice lines recorded by John St. John, the original voice actor for Duke Nukem. One of the key features of Bulletstorm is its focus on creative and over-the-top combat. Players are encouraged to use the environment and their weapons in unique ways to dispatch enemies and earn points. The game also features a campaign mode with a unique story, as well as a score-based echo mode where players can compete for high scores on various levels. In Metro, Last Light Redux, players once again step into the shoes of Artyom, a survivor living in the underground metro tunnels of post-apocalyptic Moscow. The game is set in a world devastated by nuclear war, where humanity struggles to survive against mutated creatures and hostile factions. One of the key features of Metro, Last Light Redux is its immersive atmosphere and storytelling. The game's dark and gritty world is brought to life through its detailed environments, haunting music, and atmospheric sound design. The Redux version of the game also includes all previously released downloadable content, DLC, adding new levels and challenges for players to experience. In Journey to the Savage Planet, players take on the role of an employee of Kindred Aerospace, the fourth-best interstellar exploration company. Players are tasked with exploring an uncharted planet known as ARY-26 to determine if it is suitable for human habitation. As players explore the planet, they will encounter strange creatures, gather resources, and uncover the planet's secrets. One of the key features of Journey to the Savage Planet is its emphasis on exploration and discovery. The game features a colorful and vibrant world filled with unique flora and fauna to discover. Players can also upgrade their equipment and abilities as they progress, allowing them to access new areas of the planet and uncover hidden secrets. The collection includes Borderlands, Game of the Year Edition, Borderlands II, and Borderlands, the pre-sequel, along with all their respective DLC expansions and add-ons. The games are first-person shooters with role-playing elements, set in the sci-fi world of Pandora and its moon, Elpis. One of the key features of the Borderlands series is its unique art style, combining cel-shaded graphics with a dark and humorous narrative. The games are known for their extensive loot systems, which offer a wide variety of weapons and equipment for players to collect and customize their characters with. In Project Warlock, players take on the role of a powerful warlock who must battle through hordes of monsters and demons across multiple dimensions. The game features fast-paced gameplay reminiscent of classic first-person shooters from the 1990s, with a focus on action, exploration, and retro-style graphics. One of the key features of Project Warlock is its old-school aesthetic, including pixel art graphics and chiptune music, which pay homage to classic games like Doom and Wolfenstein 3D. The game also features a wide variety of weapons, spells, and upgrades for players to use, allowing for different playstyles and strategies. The collection includes remastered versions of BioShock, BioShock II, and BioShock Infinite, along with all their respective DLC expansions and add-ons. The games are first-person shooters with elements of role-playing and survival horror, set in immersive and atmospheric worlds. One of the key features of the BioShock series is its rich storytelling and immersive environments. The games are known for their thought-provoking narratives, philosophical themes, and stunning art direction. Each game in the series offers a unique setting and story, ranging from the underwater city of Rapture to the floating city of Columbia. In Duke Nukem 3D, players take on the role of Duke Nukem, a tough-as-nails action hero who must save the world from an alien invasion. The game features fast-paced gameplay, large levels to explore, and a wide variety of weapons to use against enemies. The 20th Anniversary World Tour Edition includes the original Duke Nukem 3D game with enhanced graphics and sound, as well as a new episode created by the game's original designers. The new episode, called Alien World Order, features new levels, enemies, and music, adding to the nostalgic experience of the original game. In Dusk, players take on the role of a character who must survive against hordes of enemies in a variety of dark and atmospheric environments. The game pays homage to classic first-person shooters from the 1990s, with fast-paced gameplay, pixelated graphics, and a heavy emphasis on action. One of the key features of Dusk is its old-school design, including level designs inspired by classic shooters like Quake and Doom, as well as a wide variety of weapons and enemies. The game also features a Dusk World multiplayer mode, where players can compete against each other in fast-paced deathmatches. In PowerSlave Exhumed, players assume the role of a special forces operative who must explore ancient Egyptian ruins and battle against various creatures and enemies. The game features non-linear levels, platforming elements, and a wide variety of weapons to use against enemies. One of the key features of PowerSlave Exhumed is its unique setting and atmosphere, inspired by Egyptian mythology and featuring detailed and immersive environments. The game also includes a soundtrack composed by rock musician Jim Hedges, adding to the game's atmosphere. In Quake, players assume the role of a protagonist known as Ranger, who must navigate through dark, medieval environments filled with monsters and enemies. The game is known for its fast-paced gameplay, innovative 3D graphics, and atmospheric soundtrack. One of the key features of Quake is its multiplayer mode, which allowed players to compete against each other over the internet or LAN. The game also featured a variety of weapons, power-ups, and secrets to discover, adding to its replayability. In Prodeus, players navigate through levels filled with enemies, using a variety of weapons to defeat them. The game features a classic 90s style aesthetic, with pixelated graphics and fast, fluid movement reminiscent of games like Doom and Quake. One of the key features of Prodeus is its modern take on the classic FPS formula. While the game pays homage to the shooters of the past, it also includes modern elements such as improved graphics, dynamic lighting, and modern physics. Warhammer 40,000, Boltgun is not a specific game title in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. However, the Boltgun is a common weapon used in the Warhammer 40,000 tabletop game and its various video game adaptations. In the Warhammer 40,000 universe, the Boltgun is a standard weapon used by the armies of the Imperium of Man. It is a powerful projectile weapon that fires explosive rounds, making it effective against armored targets. The Boltgun is commonly used by Space Marines, the elite soldiers of the Imperium, and is iconic to the Warhammer 40,000 setting. Overwatch 2 builds upon the gameplay of the original Overwatch, with new maps, heroes, and game modes. One of the key features of Overwatch 2 is the introduction of a new cooperative multiplayer mode called Push, where two teams compete to push a robot to their opponent's side of the map. Another significant addition in Overwatch 2 is the inclusion of a story mode, which allows players to experience the game's lore through cooperative missions. The game will also feature updated graphics and engine improvements compared to the original Overwatch. So, did you like the games I recommended? So leave your like, subscribe to the channel to follow me, and activate the bell because I post a lot of videos on this channel and you can't miss it. Thank you very much for following me this far, and until next time, bye.